I was looking at some statistics and I didn't realize some of these numbers. So 18% of 50 to 64 are self-employed. I didn't know. I thought it had been larger. Now, the number does grow from the stats I've seen to 39% of 65 to 69 and 52% of 70 to 74. Are those numbers, what's the word I'm looking for, stable? Have they increased, decreased over the last several years?
Yeah, during and after, COVID, we've seen an increase in the freelance, gig, contract, and self-employment ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Our latest research showed that more than 27% of older workers are doing freelance or gig work.
Mm.
And the number's even higher, 32% of the 40 to 49 age band, which, at AARP, you can be a member at any age. We tend to focus on the 50 plus, but with the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, they protect, starting at age 40. And so we do see even that 40 to 49 age band at a higher percentage for gig and freelance work. And, the biggest two reasons we see people talk about that sort of alternative career path working for them is, making money and flexible work hours, working when
Mm-hmm.
you want, where you want, and the ability to be able to be your own boss.
Yeah. How long have you been now working in this role and in this area?
Just about a year.
Okay,
A
good.
year
Okay,
anniversary.
so a lot of this is still fresh. So, one of the things I wanted to ask you was, what has been an aha moment that comes to mind for you? Because you always have one expectation when you go into a role in a body of work, and then you actually get into it, right? And so, what's been one of the biggest ahas for you?
There's a story about a woman in her mid 50s who was, mid-career. She worked at a major hospital in Indiana. She was a
Mm,
supervisor, and had to make a difficult decision to quit her job, relocate, and take care of her mother who was sick in Oklahoma. And at AARP, we do a lot of work with family caregivers, and we followed her story. She had experienced being laid off earlier in her career, so
hmm
she had a very good foundation on saving for retirement, saving for emergencies, and was able to quit her job, relocate, and be a full-time caregiver for her mother, which, a lot of people can't do.
right.
She did it for about a year and a half until her mother passed away. And then she returned home and tried, looking for a new job. It was sort of a slow start. She struggled to find something, especially with a year and a half gap in her resume.
Right.
And then she found our Back to Work at 50 Plus program, which is run by AARP Foundation. And she connected with a career coach. She went through the program. They helped her fine tune her resume. They helped her practice interviewing skills. She became more active on LinkedIn. She did more networking, and she received a temporary assignment as an administrative assistant, and then COVID hit.
Mm,
Luckily, they were able to set her up in a work from home situation during COVID, and she had never felt so valued, that an organization
hmm
took the time to help her be able to still do her job from anywhere. And then, but it was still this sort of temporary job. So she was
Yeah.
continuing to look for a full-time job, actually got offered a full-time job, but the organization that she was working for valued her so much and was able to offer her a full-time position, which she took and is still
Mm,
there today. And it's this moment of, people might not think about AARP as like a place to come and find a job, but we're here for people to be able to live how they want as they age,
yeah.
and that is sort of different for every individual. And
Yeah.
if you're, a caregiver, you also might be working full time. So what are those different struggles that you deal with as a full-time working caregiver?
Yeah.
Or, you might be working full time and you haven't saved enough for retirement. So how can AARP, not only support your work and career life, but also how you're saving and planning for possible retirement?
Yeah. I love
So
that story. Yeah.
yeah,
And so, what there are two things I think this story make me want to understand a little bit more about. What's the name of the program that she went into?
it's AARP Foundation's Back to Work at 50 plus.
Yeah. And so, Yeah, I'm always interested in when you say the word coach, I light up because I love coaches. And so you said there she received a career coach as a part of the program. And what's the responsibility of the career coach within the program?
So there's a couple of versions of the coaching that are available for participants of the program. There's a group coaching, and
Hmm.
then there's also some individual one-on-one coaching. And I've sat in on a couple of the group coaching sessions, and it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
this positive, getting people in that right mindset. So I think that's a huge part of when you're looking for a job or you're trying to re-enter the workforce or you're trying to
Yes.
switch careers, is that it can be really difficult mentally. You're
Yes.
getting potential rejections or you're not hearing from people or you're going down a road and then not getting a job that you either
Hmm.
got your hopes up or were excited about. And so this opportunity to work with a coach who holds you accountable, keeps it positive, makes sure that you're doing things every day to move towards, that end goal of either
Hmm.
finding a job or switching a career or upskilling or whatever it might be for that individual. And so there was a lot of positivity and really great energy in those sessions and a lot of being held accountable and talking
That's
about the
good.
good and the bad, right? So, okay, great. What have you done today? Or what's the one step you're going to take today to get to where you need to get.
Yeah, no, that's really good. And the value of coaching, I don't think can ever be estimated high enough. I think, whether it's life coaching, career coaching, it's amazing how we can be dismissive of the same things that we'll value in another arena, such as physical coaching, right? Go to a gym, absolutely. Get a trainer. I want to lose weight. When it comes to other areas of our life, we can be dismissive of it.